All right, so number 12 on the QR code review is asking us to graph one full period of -2 cosecant of 3x. That seems kind of like challenging. So the way we talked about it in class is we said consider graphing -2 sine of 3x, since cosecant and sine are reciprocal functions, because this is pretty easy to do. We can see that the amplitude of this function is the absolute value of -2, which will give you 2, and the period of this function is going to be 2 pi over 3, that number that's sort of in between your trig function and your argument. Okay, now that you have that, you can go ahead and make a graph of this function. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for you right now. So here's going to be 0. This is going to be 2 pi over 3. So half of 2 pi over 3 is 1 pi over 3. Half of that is going to be pi over 6. And then 1, 2, this is going to be 3 pi over 6. That simplifies to pi over 2. So there's my scale. My amplitude is the absolute value of -2, which is 2. So I'll go up to 2 units there. I'll go down 2 units right there. And I will draw a sine curve with a reflection here. So I'll kind of do it with like a ghost graph. So if I drew a sine curve all the way in here, it would look like this. I would start here, then I would go down, then middle, then up, and then down. So here would be like my ghost sine curve. Okay, so that's kind of like my good starting point. Now, wherever I can see an x-intercept, since I have a cosecant and this is 1 over a sine, I know that at every intercept, I'm going to have a vertical asymptote. So there'd be an asymptote there. There would be an asymptote here. And there would be a vertical asymptote here. And again, we know that because it's a cosecant, which is 1 over sine. Now that I have that, really all I have to do is draw the inverse of what I'm seeing here. So that's how I think of it. So it's more like a reciprocal. And so the graph would look like this in dark blue, and then it would come up and then look like this in dark blue. So that's what you would draw for a cosecant curve, one full period of scaling the whole thing out. And it's easier to draw the reciprocal function and then take your ghost sketch and draw everything that's not the ghost sketch in between your asymptotes.